turn. Some of them have been impressive. Huddersfield last week, Hull, Catalans, Castleford in the Magic weekend. Now they have beaten the Rhinos for 40 minutes. Can they carry it on until the end of the match?
Well, if they keep the defence as they did in the first 40, yes, they've got a great option there. But they've got to make sure that they keep calm, collected, don't get too excited, and also make sure that they have their composure. Do not give away silly penalties. That was one of the biggest problems for Leeds in that first half. Two penalties given away by Brent Webb certainly allowed Wakefield to take control.
Yes, well, just looking around, Webb is still off the field after that penalty that led to the try. Brian McDermott took him from the field of play. He's already on report for a clash. There he is, waiting his chance to come back off the bench if necessary.
You're off, Sean.
High kick from Sinfield. It's a bit deep, though, and it's easy in the end for Mathers.
It's a good chase, though. Boy, they got the numbers.
Plenty of hang time, didn't it, the kick?
Back up, hold, go one.
We'll find out off Graham Beecroft whether or not Brent Webb's got injured. I've got a feeling it's a punishment for Brian McDermott because of the start he's made to the game. He's a New Zealand international, and we've seen his quality on the international stage. Well, that was one of his poorest starts to a game, and I think Brian McDermott's made the decision to let him know his feelings on that.
He has missed the last 6 matches, and without him, Leeds have won each and every one of them.
Move, Richard! 4.
But he's on the bench right now, and there if needed. But here is Dean Collis, meanwhile, for the Wildcats, and that's good defence from Leeds. They shuffle him over the sideline.
Yeah, good sliding defence, made sure that they pushed him on the outside. You see Collis, they kept him up as well. That's great work.
It's a great start to the second half for Leeds. You know what, they made ground, they did that big high kick, Eddie, it bought them some land, they've made some tackles, and effectively here, they're going to start the second set of possession in the second half inside their opponent's half, and that's a bonus when every time you can do that in a game.
Incidentally, 3 substitutes warming up on the sideline. Huraki, Lulawai,
Hold, go one.
and Ian Kirk. Brent Webb still sat on the bench.
Well, it didn't surprise me, Eddie, because Brian McDermott is fully aware that they've been out-muscled in the forwards. They need a little bit more go forward, but with defence like that, it's not going to be easy.
It's Lund who is at dummy half, directing the operations as Richard Moore gets to his feet, plays the ball. Here is Burrow, trying to inject a little bit of his effervescence into this Leeds side, and does so, and gets it away to Sinfield, and it's scramble time again in defence for Wakefield now. 4 tackles gone, 2 remaining this set of 6. Lunt to Burrow, and Burrow inside, it comes to Griffin. He bounces off one, gets the ball away. This is Sean Lunt.
Burrow is out cold.
And the referee wisely has halted proceedings so as Rob Burrow can get some treatment from the physiotherapy and the medical team.
Well, he offloads back on the inside, and that was a big impact. Oh, that was a bad one.
Is it Paul Johnson?
It's Oliver Wilkes, I think, Eddie. His arms are in a poor position, aren't they? In front
It's a
of
shocker.
his body, across his chest.
Well, I've said before that such impact like that, without getting into the arms, similar to what they do in rugby union, we should ban it.
Well, I've read various reports in the press today, Steve-O, saying, and players, past players, current players saying, no thank you, let's keep it in. But I'm with you. The last thing we want to see is players injured on the field of play and carted off with serious injuries. Surely we won't wait for a serious injury before we take some action.
You're right,
It is Oliver Wilkes, you're right, Phil.
Yeah, and I think that type of tackle, it has to be banned. It's simple. If you don't make any attempt with your arms to get yourself involved with a tackle, then, as you say, why wait until someone is seriously injured?
A long hold up in play here while Rob Burrow receives treatment.
We don't know whether that type of tackle, though, Mike, caused more head injuries than other tackles with using your arms. Nobody knows yet, because nobody's ever really done a study to find out. He's getting a full check here from the physio on the left and the doctor on the right with the red shirt, checking all of his neurological signs to see whether he's got full nerve control, use his hands and feet. And it's a thorough examination taking place. A lot of pressure on a doctor and physio here to do this. They know that the crowd are waiting there.
I don't want. Listen, I can understand what you're saying, Phil, but I don't want a scientific investigation. To me, it is not part of the game. We should ban it. Simple as that. It's dangerous.
It's on
But
report
how do you know
anyway.
it's dangerous, Mike? How do you know it's dangerous?
I've just seen a player 3 times this year get flattened, and to me, that is dangerous.
Back chat has broken out.
Yeah, the question is whether or not it's foul play. I'm not really one of those ones that want to see it banned. The question is whether Oliver Wilkes has committed a foul in hitting Rob Burrow high with any part of his arm. Now, whether he's done that with a shoulder charge or whether he does it leading with his elbow, if he's fouled, it's very, very vulnerable. Now, I think he's caught Rob Burrow high on that.
But it looked like as though it was self-preservation from Wilkes as well, because his hands were across his chest to avoid the collision. Anyway, it's a penalty, come what may. The Rugby League will have a look. I know Burrow's not the tallest player in the game, but here's a chance for Leeds. And Richard Moore. You're right, Steve, but we don't want to see any player in this great game hurt at all. And, Lunt is almost there again, but he's held up. They can't get the ball down.
That's the 3rd occasion where Leeds have had the opportunity, and then last gasp defence. Collis came in to help, as though Lunt had got the arms free.
Here's Darrell Griffin now running strongly. That's 4 tackles gone. Lunt and Peacock. That's the last tackle. Will Wakefield repel yet another assault on their line? Sinfield high and wide, looking for the men out there, and finds Ryan Hall. What a catch, what a kick, what a try. And Richard Agar disconsolate.
What a disappointment. They've shown such great defence on the line, and then they concede a try through a kick. That's what he's disconsolate about, Eddie. They've put all their bodies on their line, they've used their legs, they've used their arms to hold up Leeds Rhinos players over the line, and then they concede, I think, a relatively soft try to Ryan Hall in the corner.
Well, the biggest problem is that they allowed him the space. They really should have put themselves in front of him. Lunt went very, very close, sheer desperation. The kick from Kevin Sinfield was quite superb. It was curling backwards, and it looked as though there was no danger, and you can see there that Fox, he was anticipating the ball coming to him in the corner, but you can see that Fox had committed himself too early. It was a gift in the end. I'm taking nothing away from Ryan Hall. He really should have been in that position to at least attempt to try to avoid this man from taking the football. You take your opportunities.
But Sinfield has missed with another. But Ryan Hall will not have scored an easier try in his career, and that is number 130 for the Leeds Rhinos. He is ever present so far, and he's their top try scorer this year, and that's the reason why.
I wonder whether Kevin Sinfield actually miskicked that. Peter Fox was back in his in-goal area, which is traditionally where that kick comes down and the contest takes place. But Ryan Hall waited back onside, and as a result waited early for the ball. It came. Fox obviously out of position and misjudged where the ball was going to land.
Move! Back, lads.
That's young Kinehorst goes down in the tackle. Jamie Jones-Buchanan now. Thought about the offload as he took the hit from Johnson. Solid run again from Griffin.
More
Good defence
purpose
from
now.
Wilkes.
Yeah, there's more purpose in the forwards on this Rhinos side now. They've got the tails up. They know they've got to keep moving forward.
That's Lunt to the halfway line. Here goes Peacock. He gets Leeds 10 metres into Wildcats territory and gets the ball away. It's picked up by Lunt. He gives it then to Jamie Jones-Buchanan, who is flattened in the tackle. Danny Kermond with that. Here's Sinfield again, high, and that's hanging. And here is a real test for Mathers. He's had his pocket picked by Ryan Hall. 2 tries in a minute for Ryan Hall. Leeds are back in the hunt, and Richard Agar can only think of what might have been. Ryan Hall has gone from 16 tries to 18 tries for the season. Leeds top try scorer, and I don't think that he'll have scored 2 tries as easy as this all year or throughout his career.
Well, he's got the habit, hasn't he? Making sure that he's running forward onto it. It's only a couple of minutes ago that he picked the ball out easy, and he's done it yet again. It wasn't the best attempt by Richard Mathers, but he knew exactly. Look, he never even tried to jump up for it. If you're a fullback or a winger, you've got to make sure that you're going up towards the ball, try to covet it, try to pull it down in the chest, and I'm afraid the fullback Richard Mathers had boots full of lead, never moved, and allowed this man his second try. Leeds are back in. They're taking control.
And will it be third time lucky for Kevin Sinfield? Yes, it will. They're right back in the hunt now, 18 points to 14.
Well, you'd be less critical of Richie Mathers if he actually left the ground and made an attempt to get that ball. He's standing underneath it a long time. Brian Hall's got the advantage coming forward, but Richie Mathers cannot stand on the ground and hope to catch that ball against a winger that size. He's at least got to make an effort to attack the ball. If he then spills it, well, okay, it's a mistake, but at least you take your hat off to him for being brave in the effort.
Well, no team in Super League have conceded more tries on the last tackle than Wakefield, and I think we've seen in the last few minutes a reason why.
You know, in the past, Ryan Hall has scored hat-tricks against Wakefield Trinity Wildcats, but until tonight, he has yet to score on this ground. Well, he's put that record to bed in the last 5 minutes.
Well, in the first half, Eddie, you saw that Wakefield, through their forwards, they took control, it lifted their spirits. Now we've seen a complete turnaround. The Leeds forwards, they're getting over the advantage, giving them a full opportunity. Okay, 2 kicks have come up trumps, but it's putting themselves in a position, something they failed to do in the first 40.
Here's a penalty for Leeds. Just a little bit of afters by Mariano. The referee called move. Ward tried to get to his feet and Mariano dumped him on the deck again. And then pulled the ball out.
Next line.
Yeah, they're getting a little bit frustrated. Conceded 2 quick tries. It was nothing for your mental strength, I'll tell you.
Well, suddenly Leeds believe that this game is there to be won. 18-4, they looked really out of sorts. It was all Wakefield. Amazing the way games can turn around. Darryl Griffin here is 11, 12 metres maybe from the line. Lunt gets it away to Sinfield. Short ball then to Richard Moore. Moore pokes his nose through the defence. They're making easy yards forward. The Rhinos, which is alarming for the Wildcats. This is Lunt.
Just short. Good defence.
Knock on. Richie Mathers asking for a knock-on decision by Richard Silverwood, and he gets his wish.
Ooh, I think they might be lucky here. I think you might find that the hand of Richie Mathers has just had a little bit of a pull. He got the nod from Richard Silverwood, the official.
And he said that the ball came away from Lunt and it then hit a Wakefield player, and therefore it is a knock-on.
Well, great relief, because they need to just sort of try to hang on for this. It's going to be difficult. Leeds have got the tails up, as I say, and their defence is improving now.
Eddie used the word belief, and I think that's what Leeds believe. Even if they're behind it, they can still go on and win a game against most, if not all, the teams in Super League. I question whether the Wakefield Trinity Wildcats have that same belief. Even though they went in with a healthy half-time lead, did they believe that they could go on and win this game, or did they believe perhaps that they were getting a little bit lucky? They need to go to the former. They need to believe that they can win this game, that they're good enough to do it, and that they can go on and keep the Leeds Rhinos behind on the scoreboard for the rest of this game.
The 2 tries in 2 minutes that they've just conceded, though, a hammer blow to their confidence.
Yeah, it's a sucker punch, and it certainly has lifted them, but don't write Wakefield off.
High kick from Paul Sykes. Good stuff from Ryan Hall, but the chase is okay as well, led by Paul Sykes.
Could have been a penalty there. They had a second grab.
And Jones Bishop straight into Amor. Mariano also adding a little bit of weight there. He is Moore again. Goes down 40 metres away from his own line. Well, Brian McDermott might be a little bit more pleased now, but not showing any signs of that.
Another good hit by Frankie Mariano. He's certainly worked overtime.
Jamie Jones-Buchanan was fed by Sinfield, but takes the last tackle just over the halfway line. Now Sinfield is eyeing up another kick downfield here. It actually has arrived at Zach Hardaker. He goes up and under off the outside of the boot. The ball bounces, finds Watkins, and I think it's 6 to go. It is. There was a foot in there. There was a foot that gave Ben Jones-Bishop this opportunity. Well, that was lazy by Wakefield.
Yeah, shocking play.
There.
They just saw
Sykes again. They just need the ball.
They just thought it was going to come their way. Don't panic. Just let it. We'll get it. It'll be the turnover. You can't afford to do that. Well, I'm not so sure that Brian McDermott would have been happy with the fact that that pass landed in the hands of Zach Hardaker to put the kick, especially when they've produced 2 tries from the kick by Sinfield.
Gets the ball away to Jamie Jones-Buchanan. It's all going Leeds' way at the moment, and Wakefield are taking on water. And I think the bucket they're trying to use to get rid of the water is full of holes. Here is Sinfield. Now it's Lulawai. Lulawai gets the ball away again. Sean Lunt. Little chip over the top and straight into the arms of Dean Collis, and that will relieve the pressure for Wakefield.
Certainly will, and I'm not so sure that Brian McDermott would have been impressed with that as well. Golden opportunity when you've got so many good kickers. You don't leave it to your hooker from that. Should have been into the in-goal area. He knows it too.
He's done well, Sean Lunt, hasn't he? Since he arrived here, he's not missed a game since joining Leeds on loan from Huddersfield.
Stand up.
That was an amazing switch, wasn't it? And he's enjoyed himself, as you said, Eddie, and he's a damn fine player, but not in the kicking department on that occasion.
Go, stumbling.
Kick with the left foot of Tim Smith is too long.
Not the worst of results. Not the
It
worst.
was Kyle Wood, sorry, not Tim Smith.
In the corner would have been better, no doubt about that, but they can steady the ship here. Try and force an error from the Leeds Rhinos, but they can. Wakefield Trinity Wildcats just need to get themselves back into this game. It's going away from them. I know they're in front on the scoreboard, but Leeds Rhinos are in the ascendancy. Wakefield just need to steady the ship for a few minutes.
Ryan Hall, who's on a hat-trick.
Move! Back, Andy. Go, 2.
This is Kirk again. Such a big man, difficult to put down.
Wait, Kyle.
You just get the feeling the confidence is even lifting higher in this Rhinos outfit.
Kinehorst gets the ball away, but to ground, Ryan Hall has to scamper back and drop on it. And Tim Smith dropped on him.
That was a pity, wasn't it? That Ryan Hall had been involved in an earlier run and hadn't got himself back into the position on the wing. And Kinehorst got his hands free there. There was a chance.
Moore goes down eventually, somewhat reluctantly as well.
Go.
Lund finds Sinfield. More work for Mathers here, but it's gone a bit wider than Mathers. And that's very well taken by Peter Fox.
Certainly was, and even though the technique wasn't all that flash hot, didn't reach out for it, he was dropping.
I've been on the receiving end of that with Kevin Sinfield. If he thinks you're not on your game and you're not going to catch him, he will keep chasing you with kicks. He's relentless. He's got a very, very accurate boot, and now he's starting to pick on that right edge.
Move! Saka, wait. 3rd, go.
That's Kyle Wood again. Try and give themselves a little bit of room here, but then Cockayne brings it back inside and feels the full weight of Richard Moore. Wood once again. Good run from Wood. Breaks the line. Here is Sykes. He's got support from Lee Smith. He's gone inside and forward to Amor.
He's gone the wrong way. You have 3/4 on the outside, and you gave it to a forward.
Chance here though, and Washbrook is in. They score anyway. Well, that has saved Paul Sykes' brushes, because had he passed the ball to Lee Smith, I think he would have been in the first instance. As it is, they managed to get the ball out down the left-hand side, and it's Danny Washbrook who's come up with a try that just eases the pressure a little bit on the Wakefield Wildcats. That's his 5th try of the campaign. He started each and every one in Super League at loose forward as Danny Washbrook, and the man who followed Richard Agar down from Hull has scored a crucial try.
Beautiful work by Kyle Wood. Through the dummy, skirted through. Paul Sykes is having a fine game. It was the wrong option, and his coach thought so, and then Washbrook will bring a smile to his face. Great play, good finish. They were scattered, the Leeds defence. They tried the damnedest. There was at least half a dozen trying to get back. Nothing that the winger could do about that. And Washbrook, you little beauty.
And the sign for the Joining Jack charity as well from Danny Washbrook. Well, that will just ease the pressure on Wakefield. And also on their coach, Richard Agar, who has had his fair share of trial and tribulation against Leeds Rhinos. 11 times as coach of Hull, Richard Agar couldn't find the magic potion to beat the Leeds Rhinos. Well, perhaps tonight he is on the verge of breaking that duck. Now then, Paul Sykes. Can he come up with a kick? Difficult this. Underneath it, and it's got a good chance. It's got 2 points.
And that is vital.
10 points the gap now, 24-10.
That's redemption, Steve-O. Paul Sykes were critical of his wrong decision. And in fact, he was the one who threw that beautiful pass from dummy half to get the ball where it needed to be. Wakefield Trinity Wildcats in beautiful West Yorkshire evening. Well, they scored in the corner, and then he's added on, as you said, a critical 2 points. So redemption for Paul Sykes, and well done to the Wakefield Trinity Wildcats. What's the response from the Leeds Rhinos going to be?
Well, it'll be interesting now, won't it? And over 9,500 inside the ground. They're enjoying every minute of this. It's been a really good contest on this Super League Monday.
And a lot of pressure on both sides now. We keep talking about the fact that either side got to show that composure, but this has become so frantic.
24 points to 14. Wakefield ahead and in charge of the football with Kyle Amor.
And they're going back to basics, Wakefield. Remember that in the first 20 minutes of this match, the forwards really did propel them over that advantage, got themselves into good positions. They've got a good kicking game. This is going to be a high one. Now they're going to go for the corner.
Critical stage of the match here. Oh, that was not played up, but that's got to be accidental offside.
Yeah.
I suppose there can be nothing accidental about it when it ricochets off one of your own players and you catch it.
Yeah,
but it wasn't played at this. But he does.
Yeah.
Kylie Luluwai.
Haven't got time to hold a board meeting. It flew straight into him. Bang.
That's right.
Sorry, fellas.
I think you'd be proud of the catch.
Let's go. Yeah.
It was going at speed, this. Oops. The ball's there. Sorry, fellas. Yep.
21 minutes to go.
Oh, lads, wait.
As I say, crucial period of this match.
Wait. Go.
And they don't have to try to play to score on every move.
One.
Just keep it calm.
That's right, Kyle, wait.
Kyle Wood, who made the break to secure the try where Washbrook finally went over, got them back into the match and continued to lead.
Here's Tim Smith. Comes wide to Lee Smith.
Move.
Leeds desperate to keep him out. Here is Wood! And Leeds managed to hold him up on their own line.
They nearly got caught napping there, did the Rhinos.
Kyle Wood so close. Wakefield must feel they're so close to a victory. Amor gets the ball away. Rally dumps it down. Wood will score for them. Kyle Wood for Wakefield. He had his 100th career appearance last week. He's been substitute in 22 this year, including the last 11. Wakefield, his 6th rugby league club. And boy, Kyle Wood has just scored a try that might win this match for the Wildcats.
Well, he's a hero, as I mentioned before. He was the man that made the break, got them into the position, and this was good work as well. Good support play. Just what you need from a player that comes off the bench. The offloads were superb, especially the last from Andy Raleigh. And Wood has sent the home crowd into raptures.
Yes, he has, Kyle Wood. And a product of the Wakefield Academy system.
Time off.
Kyle Wood, and another important kick for Sykes to come. He'll take his time over this, will Paul Sykes. Referees called time off because they're allowed a minute in between scoring the try, and then they have to kick the goal. If they haven't kicked it within the 60 seconds, time is called off. Watch Richard Silverwood back on now, and Sykes, oh, he's missed it. He's missed it, the wrong side of the post. Brilliant kick not long ago, and that one just scraped the woodwork on the far side, but a 14-point ball game.
What you see here when the try is scored as it plays on, the Wakefield players in back play celebrate this try as if it's the match-winning try. But with what, almost 20 minutes left in this game, that's a long and dangerous time when you're playing against the Leeds Rhinos.
Kyle Wood as well, a fitting scorer. He has provided a lift for this side, but credit the two men involved in the build-up to that try, Andy Raleigh and especially Kyle Moore. You say Leeds have a right to recall him, but Wakefield will be desperate to hold on to him. The ball's come out here.
It's a penalty. It was stolen. And Jamie Jones-Buchanan cannot believe that that decision's gone against him.
Well, you could see that there was fingertips on it, but I've seen that just being ignored by the official. The little fingertip, just sufficient as he brings the arm away, was enough to convince a man with a whistle, and he's the one that counts.
18 minutes to go. 14 points of difference.
Move! Go, good.
Wakefield have been up for this since minute one. Here's Kyle Wood again.
Certainly have, and we saw another offload there by Danny Kermon. Talk about the hard work he's done with in possession, but he's got through a lot of hard work. The forwards have really laid the platform for Wakefield.
Go, third.
Wood again, gets it away to Tim Smith. There's Richie Mathers, short ball from him. And straight into an ambush. I'll say I've been impressed with the Kinehorst. He's not been shy in this Super League debut for him, the young man. There he is.
And he's put on a couple of good hits as well.
Yes, he's done well in defence and attack. Smith dabs the ball in behind the defence. Horrible bounce. It's to that man again, Kinehorst. Quite a bit of composure there as well, wasn't there? Wasn't in any hurry to get rid of it. Was prepared to take the tackle. Ryan Hall.
I'm sorry, but I wasn't so sure that the kick from Tim Smith was of any real value.
Good. Go,
Nothing away from the youngster Kinehorst that picked it up. This is where they've got to make sure the defence is solid. No one come out of the line. If there's any team in Super League that can make you pay if you make sure that you just go on a different angle in defence, especially this fella at dummy half, Rob Barrow.
And he's still going, Rob Burrow. Well, he was knocked out cold not long ago. Look at him now. He's running around like a 2-year-old. And they found Callum Watkins, and Watkins has found Jamie Penn Jones Bishop. Too many hyphenated names in this Leeds Rhinos side. Watkins, though, at dummy half. Here now is Burrow, and he'll put the kick in wide. Again, looking for the big man out there. Finds Ryan Hall, who loses it.
It was on as well. Hat-trick time. Well, the kicking game from Leeds this second half has created all sorts of problems. And you could see there that Peter Fox, he was in two minds. He finally got that in the end.
What a brave player Rob Burrow is. Flat out, seeing stars, still out there. 65 minutes gone.
I think Leeds missed the chance to get back into this game. When Callum Watkins made the break on this side of the field, Eddie, I know we've seen Ryan Hall have a chance on the far side to play later, but he had space, and maybe Ben Jones Bishop couldn't get up in position quickly enough with him, but that was their chance for me.
Move! Oh, Leeds. Go, two.
The clock is against Leeds as much as anything else. Here's Lee Smith. Scragged to the ground by his former teammate, Jamie Jones Buchanan. That could be a penalty, you know. That could easily be a penalty.
He's supposed to roll away, and they've knocked on. It was a bad pass to Dean Collis.
You know, I think with 15 minutes to go, I'm not sure this Leeds Rhinos side think they're out of it. I know that you say the clock is, but they're capable of chasing that score in 15 minutes. It'll be about Wakefield and Wakefield's belief, I think, from now on.
I think the thing that may be just worrying the Leeds coach Brian McDermott is the fact that their ability to score tries in the second half have come from the kicks, not their ability to break down this Wakefield defence.
You're right, but there's nothing to suggest maybe that Wakefield's ability to deal with their kicks has changed. But we'll see now. We've got 15 minutes. Can the Leeds Rhinos rescue this game?
Well, you talk about belief, Brian. The Leeds Rhinos have gone from 9th to 5th over the last 6 rounds of Super League. They've also made it back to Wembley. So if you're talking of belief, this lot have got it in abundance. And Stevie Ward has lost that. Knock on.
He's trying to claim that it went backwards. It finished up going backwards, but he lost control of it. Yep.
And while you're watching this replay, Leeds rush to the scrum to form it and ask the referee to call time off. So they do believe this match is there for winning.
Okay, lads. Keep playing the ball correctly.
Well, their attitude has always been very, very high when it comes to the fact that they've got the ability and the quality. I think they've been a bit surprised tonight with the strength that this Wakefield defence. They really are putting some really big hits, and that's a lost play. There'll be a knock-on.
Oh, it's a penalty to Wakefield.
Oh, that's a big call.
Interference.
Kyle Trout.
Well, Kyle Trout got a real big hit, and then there's a bit of a push and a shove from Jamie Jones-Buchanan again on the deck.
Well, I think you find that he was moving Trout's arm that was carrying the ball.
I'm not sure about that one. That's something a bit fishy about that.
No comment. No comment, gentlemen.
I knew he'd jump in.
Go, 1.
Here is Raleigh.
2.
That's all Wakefield have to do now, is to keep those big forwards trundling. Oh, the advantage. Nothing outstanding. Just good raw. One great strength there. Frankie Mariano.
Yeah, he's been pretty impressive since he's come off the bench, Mariano. Or come back off the bench. Let's hear from Graham Beecroft. We haven't heard from him tonight.
Yeah, well, Frankie Mariano's just come on the field, and he's just come on the field after being wrapped in what we might call cling film. It's been wrapped round and round and round his body just to give a little bit of extra protection round his midriff. May have a bit of bruising there.
Needs a bit of padding as well. Frankie Mariano.
And that was
it's a question now of Leeds Rhinos trying to be penned back on their own line for Wakefield.
And that was a good kick as well. There was good thinking there by Paul Sykes. He's had a tremendous night.
Be a sweet moment for some of these ex-Leeds players in this Wakefield side if they come home with the bacon tonight.
Well, they've already beaten 3 sides in the top 8, haven't they, so far this season? They've done it against Huddersfield, they've beaten Catalan, and they've beaten whole teams above them and in public playoff places. But I don't think they've defended as well as they have done here tonight. This is a season best for them so far.
Hits like that, but look at the way Leeds can keep the ball alive. Jamie Jones-Buchanan off the outside of the boot. A little skip forward, and Mathers will try and return this with interest.
Could have been a flop there. Came very late, did Jamie Jones-Buchanan.
Jamie, come on. Let's run with it.
Well, that's not allowed. They can't do that.
Play on.
But they put the ball away, did Ben Cockayne. Picked up by Washbrook.
2. Move! Back Leeds.
Well, I thought the referee had called. Obviously he hadn't.
Well, once the feet come off the ground, that's supposed to be it. He didn't call, and so Cockayne got rid of it.
Jamie.
A couple of drives and a drop goal, perhaps.
Sykes backhands. Lost forward by Collis.
At a time that
Karen Horse was quickly on it.
They didn't need to do that. Didn't need to spread it out wide and score more tries. They've got enough points on the board already.
Impressive Stevie Ward, isn't he? He gave up the chance of going to Australia on the academy tour to cement his place in this Leeds team and maybe get to Wembley in a Challenge Cup final. And boy, he's done well tonight again.
Go, 2.
The future of the Leeds Rhinos. Burrow, very much part of the present.
Good.
They've done a good job on him, haven't they, Rob Burrow? Not many opportunities to get away from dummy half.
This is Ian Kirk again. Just couldn't get the arm free to offload. Goes down on tackle number 4. 20 metres away. Lund finds Sinfield. Sinfield stabs it in behind the defence. One for Hall to chase. Hat-trick for Ryan Hall. Wakefield have only been opened by the kicks of Kevin Sinfield and company tonight. And Ryan Hall's capitalised 3 times on kicks to his corner. Comes up with a try, number 19, hat-trick. He scored a couple of hat-tricks in the past away from this ground. Now he scored a hat-trick on this ground. Ryan Hall, Leeds aren't done yet.
Well, the Rhinos, as we mentioned, they found it difficult to get through clear gaps, but it was a beautiful way to kick, wasn't it, by the skipper? And Ryan Hall, who's had a magnificent game, beats the opposite, Peter Fox. And I think you'd get the impression that Richard Agar wasn't too happy with the position of his winger. Take nothing away, though, from the hat-trick try from Ryan Hall. Can he add the extras?
Most difficult kick of the night. No, he can't. Off the post. Well, that's 1 from 4 from Kevin Sinfield. He's having an off night with the boot, which is most unusual.
Well, he has off the tee, Eddie, but that kick out of his hands was absolutely top drawer. He waited until the very last minute to decide to drop it onto his foot. The pass option was always on for Kevin Sinfield. Last minute, he put enough curve on the ball to give Ryan Hall a chance to run up the touchline and ground it.
The man just noticed as well that he kicked that ball with his left foot. He attempted the kick from the sideline with his right. Great skill, although, you know, sometimes you need a little bit of luck. He kicked 8 from 8 the last time they played Wakefield. They won that night by just 4 points. They haven't been able to find that accuracy tonight.
28-18, it's only 10 points. 2 converted tries. Leeds will go home with the win. But look at the clock. Just at 7.5 minutes remaining.
Well, that's
8.5 minutes remaining.
That's where the Rhinos are going to test their arm. We know they're capable of scoring tries from deep inside their own half or their own quarter. They've got to keep it alive. They've got to test it.
Unless they've got to chance their arm. They nearly did then, because Washbrook and Lee Smith just closed Kevin Sinfield down with that tackle. Here goes Jamie Peacock. He played in that 44-40 win.
Oh, he's up the offload.
At Headingley. He was exhausted because it was 48 hours after the final England appearance of Jamie Peacock's wonderful career.
And he's down, his Peacock. He's in a lot of trouble. May have twisted a leg or something.
And
that's
they
good defence.
are desperate not to allow Leeds to offload the ball. Yes, Peacock is limping in back play as Sinfield hoists it high again. Here's another one for Mathers. He deals with this one, though, under no pressure, really. And then breaks the line. Gets as far as the man who kicked the ball. And Sinfield is injured in making that tackle.
Great play, and it was good play also there by Ben Cockayne. As soon as the fullback Richard Mathers got through 2 or 3 would-be defenders, he played it quickly. Cockayne continued up, and that's the reason why Wakefield are now in the opposition half. The message from Richard Agar will we stay down there now.
4 tackles gone. Here is Washbrook. Bang and turn and gives it to Mathers. Mathers spins and gives it to Kyle Wood. And Wood just disappears under the frame of Darryl Griffin. It's with Sykes. It's going high off the boot of Sykes into the now night air here. Well claimed. Very well claimed by Zach Hardacre. But he was named a fullback tonight, and when Brent Webb was on the field he was playing in the centres. But he is showing himself up to be a tremendous fullback, and they won't miss Brent Webb when he probably leaves at the end of this season with Hardacre in that side.
It's not just the catch we see from fullbacks. Zach Hardacre took a very difficult ball. Richie Mathers took an equally difficult ball, albeit under a little less pressure, but made some great yards afterwards to relieve the pressure on his team.
Forward pass.
Just delayed it, didn't he?
Just forward to Watkins.
Callum Watkins.
Leeds are the team, though, that's formed the scrum and have asked the referee to call time off.
There'll be no rush from the Wakefield side, that is for sure. Clock has been stopped. Just a few little words from the experienced Tim Smith.
And aren't they pleased in this part of the world that he signed another year's extension to his contract? He'll be around in 2013 as well.
Well, he's the organiser, that is for sure. He never stopped yapping to his own players.
Cocaine, he got away from Kindhorse, gave it to Collis, but Ryan Hall saw to it that he was going no further forward.
This is where you bring your forwards in again. Nothing fancy, you don't need to score. You need to stay in this position. Just frustrate the opposition. They may lose control, get out of the line early, give away a penalty.
Kyle Wood barking out the instructions. It's Raleigh who scored the first try, didn't he, for Wakefield? Wood again, looking both ways, comes this way and finds Smith. Short ball then to Mariano. Good leg drive from Mariano.
Is it too early for a drop goal, Eddie?
Well, it is really, Steve-O. It wouldn't make much difference as far as the score's concerned. And it's going to be 4! It's going to be 4! Dean Collis, I think, was it? Let's have a look. They're all delighted. Doesn't matter to them who has scored. And it is Dean Collis. He gets the congratulations from his teammates because, as the cheerleaders and everyone in this ground will now tell you, it's going to be Wakefield Trinity's night against the big city team from just up the road.
And fully deserved, right from the off. Wakefield, they came out with the tactics, bruising forwards, over the advantage, good solid defence, and the kicking game and administration. The two halfbacks, Paul Sykes, Tim Smith, they've orchestrated it all. Sykes with the kick through, and Collis erupts it all up, much to the delight of the home fans.
It's a great kick, Steve-O, again. We've seen some great kicks from the pivots, and Tim Smith's put an equally good one in. Wakefield Trinity Wildcats chase their 80th Super League win. Dean Collis, well, he's made no doubt about it. In front of such a huge crowd, what a great result for this club.
80 home wins in Super League, you're quite right, and the first win for Richard Agar in his coaching career against the Leeds Rhinos. He tried 11 times at Hull, and he has come up with the goods here tonight for the Wakefield Trinity Wildcats. 4 from 5 for Sykes, 5 from 6 for Sykes, and 2 points to Wakefield because they are ahead 34-18, and surely there can be no comeback now for the Leeds Rhinos with only 3.5 minutes remaining.
Great performance from the Wildcats, isn't it? I worried at half-time with the amount of possession they had, that they hadn't put enough points on the board, but they recovered here after a shaky start to the second half and really have been value for this game. You know, the next home opponents, the mighty St Helens, so I'm sure there'll be a lot of local support here again to see whether they can topple another one of the giants of the Super League.
Here goes Peter Fox. Mathers dealt well with that kick-off, and then, despite the fact that he was surrounded by Leeds jerseys, smuggled the ball away to Fox. And this is Kermond. Richard Moore was trying to pinch the ball from him then, one-on-one. 3 minutes remaining. 34-18. Wakefield's night, there's no doubt about that now. Oliver Wilkes takes it forward.
Impressive, hasn't it? From the home side, they really are running riot now. Been some good tactics that we've seen by the coach Richard Agar.
You know, there aren't too many teams that can score 74 points in 2 games against the champions.
It's a huge performance. It's a huge performance. I say on a night like this because you can see the club have put a lot of effort into selling tickets. Leeds have travelled in great numbers as well. It's an important night for the Wakefield club. No Leeds will be disappointed with going home with no points, but it was important that Wakefield got the result, and this sort of determination is the reason why.
Outstanding. Brian McDermott is a Wakefield lad. Richard Agar is the Wakefield coach. And it's going to be the coach from Wakefield Trinity Wildcats who buys the drinks tonight, I think.
I'm not so sure about that, Eddie, but I know Richard very well indeed. But he'll be very, very pleased, because it's been a good all-round performance. I've been praising the forwards all throughout this night, especially the work from Frankie Mariano, the 2 prop forwards, Amor, Raleigh, Danny Kermond. He had a magnificent first half. They've all done their hard work.
And some ex-Leeds players will be loving this. Here goes Wilkes again, driving in. Mathers is one of them. Lee Smith, of course. Kyle Moore. Peter Fox. All these ex-Leeds players loving every minute of this. And they might be in for more here. They are in for more. And it's that man, Peter Fox, who has plonked the ball over the line. And they have the chance of making 40 points against Leeds for the second time in a row.
I think he gets this down. I don't think the foot hits the whitewash.
His left foot.
He nearly lost it, didn't he, as well?
Gonna have to have a close look at his left foot.
I don't think he gets there. It's
No,
lifted. It's lifted. As he
I think he's lost it.
I think he's got fingertip control. I think he'll be given. Watch it closely. I think the fingers are there, and that is sufficient.
There's a hand underneath it, actually, isn't there? There is a hand underneath it.
It's his own hand, isn't it?
Yes,
Puts
it
up
is.
to the hand and
Yes,
then
it
pushes
is.
it across the score.
That's a try.
Well, that's what we think. It's all down to Ben Thaler.
Frame by frame, basically. Finger on it, finger on it, finger on it.
Yeah, he's put it onto his own hand and rolled it off. It's a try.
Yeah, super stuff. He's had a fine game. They all have. This has been a wonderful team effort.
Definitely no foot in touch.
So this has got to be given.
Only the
Ben Thaler.
grounding they're looking at now. And it's a question of whether this is legal or not. It leaves the hand.
Yeah, but he's got his finger on it all the way through.
And it goes on to his right hand.
Yeah,
and holds
that's
on.
it.
It's a try.
I mean,
Of course it is.
in the overall scheme of things, it doesn't matter because Wakefield have won the match.
Well,
It's
it
just a
matters to
matter of how
Wakefield, I
many.
reckon.
And they get the try. Yeah, I know what you're saying. And it'll matter to Peter Fox.
Yeah, of course
the
it will.
former academy man from Leeds. He only played for Leeds at the academy level. He's arrived here via Hull Kingston Rovers where he got England caps. And this just puts the icing on the cake.
Certainly does. And you talk about poor defence. There was about 6 players, Leeds players, unbelievably in and around the play the ball area. Ryan Hall tried his damnedest. All they had to do was swing the ball out wide to the right hand, and you thought about whether it, as Eddie said, it doesn't matter. You could see the look on this fella's face. Of course it matters. Wingers do one thing. They're there to do one thing, and that is score the TRY. What an effort.
7 tries against Leeds at Headingley. 7 tries again tonight for Wakefield. Probably want to play them each and every week of the season.
Well, this is proof, isn't it, that it wasn't a fluke 6 weeks ago.
Full-time siren's gone, so it's a matter of, is it 38-18, is it 40-18? They've got 2 points. Now can Sykes just rub salt into the wound? He'd love to finish. He'd love to finish with another 2 points. But not this time. Full time then, 38-14 to Wakefield. A gutsy, determined performance. 38-18. And John Wells, what did you make of all that?
Well, it was a great game, wasn't it? Great atmosphere down here at pitchside as well, Eddie. Ryan Hall